Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. Tariffs are already affecting New Hampshire's second largest industry, tourism, especially with our Canadian neighbors. And here's a recent economic snapshot of New Hampshire's tourism economy. The total visitor spending $7.58 billion. Visitors 14.6 million. Tax revenue paid by tourists $45.5 million. New Hampshire travel impact and advertising effectiveness. New Hampshire Department of Business and Economic Affairs. That's where that comes from. Boycott. New Hampshire spends roughly $1 million on marketing in the greater Montreal area to get tourists to visit the Granite State. But there's concern this year that Canadians will not come to this country after officials there called for a boycott. A survey of Canadians in March, 59% less likely to visit U.S. this year. 36% with U.S. travel plans say they've canceled them. The Canadian market research is that. Quote, Canada is New Hampshire's #1 international market and a key market for so many of our outdoor experiences. That's Penelope Whitman, Executive Director of the Discover Sugar River region to WMUR. With me to tell us what impacts all of this are likely to have on two key tourist regions of New Hampshire is the President of the New Hampshire Area Chamber of Commerce, John Nyan, and President of the White Mountain Attractions Association, Cheryl Reardon. Welcome. Nice to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Fred.
What percent of Canadians and international tourists come to the White Mountains? Roughly.
Roughly, we say between 8 to 10% of the visitation.
How about you, John?
About 10 to 15% down at the seacoast.
Are you seeing, John, any cancellations or hesitation to come to the seacoast area because of the tariff dispute between our two countries?
We are. It's not to a point where we're overly worried, but we have seen cancellations coming in, primarily from the hotels that are right on Hampton Beach itself. So it will have an impact this summer.
Cheryl, are you seeing any impact, early impact?
Yeah, we are as well. We're seeing some impact. We've received some communications from our friends in the north there, Canadians, and some overseas visitors who have kind of reached out and emailed and said, we love your area, but we're going to take a break.
Yeah. You know, your businesses had to make some plans according to when we had the pandemic. They had to probably pull in a little bit. Are they going to have to do the same thing this time, John?
I think what we're doing is refocusing. From promoting, marketing, we're now taking a look at where else can we draw our tourists to come and pay their dollars into the state of New Hampshire, and so we're focusing in on upstate New York, Connecticut, other areas in the New England area that we can draw tourists this summer.
Cheryl?
Same thing. We're looking at other areas in New England, but we're also looking at some of the new flights that come into Manchester Airport.
Now, workforce. I know workforce is always a concern. How about this year? Are you having you have dependence on visas, H-2B and J-1 visas. Are you seeing any reluctance for those students and international folks to use those visas? Cheryl?
No, we haven't, and I haven't heard of any issues with J-1s.
Because you need these
We need them, yes, very much so.
Right, and the foreign nationals, John.
Right, and Hampton Beach relies, and it for many, many years has always relied on the J-1 student coming in from other countries. Right now there's 32 countries that we get J-1s from. This year we'll have about 300 of them coming into Hampton Beach starting in May.
Interesting. Cheryl, you've got about 17 attractions up in the White Mountain area that are terrific. Anything new this year? Anything changed?
Nothing new. We have some that have put in some new features last year towards the middle of the season, so they'll be rolling them out for the full season this year, and some back of the house stuff that's happening.
John, same question.
Yeah, we have two big things that are happening new this year. We have a beach football league starting up, and Hampton is one of 6 beaches around the country that we're going to have tackle football on the beach. And that's in July, and in August we have Key West Days. We're going to be bringing up 13 entertainers that play in the bar rooms in Key West to Hampton Beach.
And we're going to leave it there on that thought. And frankly, John Nyan, who is president of the Hampton Area Chamber of Commerce, thank you. And Cheryl Reardon, who is the president of the White Mountain Attractions. Thanks.
Thank you.
And if you missed part of this interesting briefing on tourism in New Hampshire this summer, you can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted all this week.